Guys, this is massive. Bybit, one of the biggest crypto exchanges on the planet, just got absolutely gutted. Over $1.4 billion in crypto gone in just one of the biggest hacks in recent history. Let that sink in. Billions wiped from an exchange claimed to be secure. And if you're thinking, oh, this is just another hack, it's no big deal. No, this is a direct shockwave to the entire crypto industry. Because if a giant like Bybit isn't safe, who is? If you don't know, Bybit is one of the largest crypto derivative exchanges handling billions in daily volume. We're talking about a platform that millions of traders use to leverage their position, store assets, and trust with their hard-earned crypto. And today, that trust got absolutely nuked. This isn't just about Bybit, it's about the entire crypto ecosystem. The fallout from this hack could shake investor confidence, invite even more government overreach, and the worst of all, expose just how fragile centralized exchanges really are. So stick around, we're about to rip this open and expose exactly what happened, how it went down, and why this is a giant wake-up call for every single person in crypto. We're talking over $1.4 billion worth of Ethereum and related tokens vanishing from their so-called secure cold wallets. You know, the ones that are supposed to be almost immune to hacks? Yeah, that one. So let's break this down. This isn't some hot wallet breach where funds are sitting on exchanges connected to the internet. No, this was their multi-sig cold storage, the last line of defense, and yet somehow the hackers walked away with a bag so big it makes the Mt. Gox and FTX disasters look like warm-ups. And let me be clear, this wasn't just some random exploit. No, no, no. The attack was coordinated, deliberate, and brutally efficient. Whoever pulled this off didn't just find a vulnerability, they knew exactly where to strike. The stolen assets weren't some scattered altcoins either. We're talking about ETH, USDT, and other high-value tokens getting drained in real time. And you know what the scariest part is? No one even noticed it until it was too late. And you find me laughing, but I have a good idea after this. You better stick around. Bybit tried to contain the damage, but the market immediately responded. Panic set in, and traders starting pulling their funds en masse. And can you blame them? Absolutely not. There's a lot of PTSD going around, especially from FTX. When a platform that big takes a hit this hard, the number one question is, who's next? And then, like clockwork, Bybit's CEO Ben Zhao rushed out a public statement claiming that all customer funds are backed one-to-one and operations remain stable. Reminds me of last time the bear market happened. Oof, but you might say, oh, really? $1.4 billion just disappeared and you're telling me everything is fine? Where's the money coming from, Ben? Then, in the ultimate we're totally not panicking moment, Bybit announced that they were securing loans to cover withdrawals. A loan for a company that has all their customer assets back one-to-one after a $1.4 billion breach? Are you seeing the cracks yet, guys? Here is the problem. Every time a major exchange gets hacked or takes a hit, the first thing they say is, we're fine, we're solvent, everything is covered. We saw it with FTX, we saw it with Luna, we saw it with literally every failed exchange in history. They always say the same freaking thing, right up until they don't. And now, Bybit is scrambling to prove they're still solid as a rock. But actions speak louder than words, and their accounts, oh boy, they're about to expose everything. This loan tells us everything we need to know. Bybit got caught off guard. They didn't have an immediate safety net for an attack this big. And now they're patching the hole with borrowed money. And what happens when an exchange starts taking on debt to stay operational? Well, just ask FTX how that story ends. And guys, if you thought this was just some random group of hackers looking for a payday, think again, because according to Zach XBT, after digging through Arkham and looking at wallets, this wasn't just any cybercrime. This was a state-backed operation. And who's behind it? Lazarus Group. Yeah, so the infamous cybercrime syndicate in North Korea, the same group that has been draining the crypto industry for years, funneling billions into a totalitarian regime that used this stolen money to fund weapons programs and dictatorship. Check out this video to learn a bit more about how Lazarus Group operates. Tornado Cash 1. Now, guys, the transaction patterns and wallet movements are nearly identical to previous Lazarus Group attacks. We're talking about the same techniques, the same obfuscation strategies, and most damningly, the same wallets linked to previous crypto heists. So let's break this down. A government-backed hacking unit just walked away with $1.4 billion from Bybit. And you're telling me this is just some regular crypto hack? Wake up, people. This isn't just about Bybit anymore. This is a full-scale financial attack on the crypto industry. And the worst part, we've seen this play out before. If you're new to this, let me bring you up to speed. Lazarus Group is the most prolific crypto heist operation in history. They've stolen billions, yes, billions over the last few years. Here are some of their biggest hits. Ronin Network, Axie Infinity, $620 million stolen. The single largest DeFi hack in history until now. This wasn't just a hack, it was a message. Lazarus infiltrated the validators, manipulated transactions, and walked away with over $500 million in ETH and USDC. And guess what? Most of it was never recovered. Harmony's Horizon Bridge, $100 million stolen, another major exploit, another 9-figure payday for North Korea. This one used a mix of phishing and compromised private keys. Sound familiar? Because that's exactly what's happening with Bybit. Atomic Wallet, over 100 million stolen. Another Lazarus special. And just like Bybit, Atomic Wallet claimed their security was top tier until it wasn't, guys. And it's not just crypto. Lazarus has been wreaking havoc globally for decades. They took down Sony Pictures in 2014. They launched the WannaCry ransom attack in 2017. They've stolen from banks, corporations, and now they're bleeding the crypto industry dry. And here's where it gets terrifying. Crypto is literally funding North Korean operations. Every time these guys pull off a massive heist, that money gets laundered through mixers, funneled into shadow accounts, and then used to build nuclear weapons, prop up a dictatorship, and fund more cyber attacks. And what's worse, governments will use this as their excuse to crack down on crypto even harder. I can promise you this. More regulations, more surveillance, more centralized control. Because guess what? Hacks like this give the anti-crypto crowd the ammo they need to push for more regulations. They'll say, see, this is why we need stricter laws, more KYC, which is a total scam, more government oversight, which is even more scam. It's the perfect excuse for crushing decentralized finance, all while ignoring the real issue. Centralized exchanges keep getting wrecked because they refuse to prioritize security over profits. And the worst part, this isn't over, guys. You really think Lazarus is going to stop at Bybit? They're just getting started. And this is exactly why you need to stay ahead of the game. Hacks like this are only going to get worse, and if you're not paying attention, you're the ones who are going to get wrecked. That's why we do what we do here at Crypto Tips, cutting through the noise, exposing the truth, and making sure you actually understand what is happening in this crypto space. So if you're not subscribed yet, hit that button, turn on notifications, and don't let yourself be the last to know when the next disaster strikes. So what's the real takeaway here? Stop trusting centralized platforms to protect your assets, because when they get hacked, you are the one left holding the bag. Think about it. Cold wallets are supposed to be the Fort Knox of crypto storage. Actually, we actually own the keys in there. There's probably nothing in Fort Knox, but that's on another story. The whole point of cold storage is that it disconnects you from the internet, immune to hacks, and supposedly the safest way to store your funds. And yet $1.4 billion just disappeared. As if that wasn't enough, every single major crypto disaster gives regulators another excuse to step in and save us. FTX collapse, more KYC and AML requirements. Binance gets sued, more bank restrictions for crypto. Bybit loses $1.4 billion to hackers, more government oversight on exchanges. And let's not pretend like they weren't waiting for an opportunity like this. They'll say, crypto is unsafe, guys. We need more regulations, more government control, more centralized exchanges that we can monitor 24/7. And guess what? That's exactly what they want. They don't want you using self-custody. They don't want you transacting freely. They want to turn crypto into just another arm of the banking system, heavily monitored, permissioned, and fully centralized. And here's the ultimate irony. Governments will scream about stopping North Korean hackers while using those hacks as a way to strip away your freedom. It's a Hegelian dialect. Look it up. So is this hack bad for Bybit? Absolutely. But the bigger threat is what happens next, because this hack will be used as justification for even more restrictions on crypto. All right, so anyways, that's all we have. Please like and subscribe. If you like what I said, leave a comment down below. What are your thoughts? Because I would really like to hear that. Anyways, check us out, learningcrypto.com, if you want to see what we own, when we're selling, and when we are going to be buying back during the next bear market, because there's going to be another one. Talk to you soon.